Information Station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
I have an idea for new music for you, Jim.
Good.
Inspector Gadget song. I think you are Professor Gadget. I think you've become more than the cable guy. You are Professor Gadget. You're the guy to go to when we have questions about our gadgets.
Well, I noticed that a lot of people,
I like that.
Can use gadgets in a way that you never thought possible.
And like what? What do you mean?
Well, like to me, a phone is a phone. Maybe most of your listeners, it's phone. And as Joe was saying earlier, that now it's a texting device.
Yeah.
So you don't need to text one person. You can text a group of people at one time.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to 4,000 people, let's say, and that all goes out, And then you have the cell phone that you get your email over it. Now, you don't have to even have it. My daughter, for instance, my middle daughter, does everything on her cell phone. And so the group of us, let's say 3 of us, may have 6 gig of data that we can use up. Well, I use 0 of it. And between the 2 of them, they use up over 6 gig.
Oh, really?
And it's all downloading all the emails and all the videos and the YouTubes and,
Yeah. Well, you know what we were talking about the other day, because Robin's husband, Ronnie, does everything on his phone.
There you go.
Okay. We were saying that computers, actual computers, desktop,
right,
will be very expensive because only a few people will actually need them, us being among them, because we need them to produce music, you need them to produce a video if you're going to do that kind of stuff. But the average person who just wants a computer for Facebook or email, texting, they don't need that computer anymore.
Unbelievable. My wife got an iPad and she hadn't used it in 2 years, and now she's starting to use it. And there was having turned it on, and now she's starting to use it. And she's amazed at all the things that it will do. And she's going, I can get my email. I don't have to carry this laptop with me anymore. I don't have to do. It takes pictures. It does everything.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. Yeah, but still, to do, I can't imagine not having a computer to do what we do.
Right.
Yeah, recording
in like our professional life, but in our personal life, it's everything on a phone. Yeah,
I'm the same way. But they say that the way it works, like my IT guy, he has everything sent to his computer, but then it's also sent to his iPad. And so basically it's backed up on his computer with the big hard drive. So he can delete from his cell phone all the stuff he wants to delete, but it's not deleted. It's actually still on his server, let's say, that the hard drive inside his PC. And then once a week or so, he goes in there and deletes the same stuff he deleted, so it's not there. Archives what he wants to archive, save. And then this new thing, saving not in your hard drive, but saving in the cloud. That's a very interesting concept.
I know, and I do it because I have this iCloud thing for Apple, but then I saw this device for sale in Best Buy that you can. So I'm confused. If you need another, I don't have any special device to do it. I just send it to the cloud on my Apple.
Right.
I guess I pay for it. I don't know.
You do. It's a small fee, though.
It must be once a year, and it probably just comes out and and I got billed, and I said, okay. I forgot.
Yeah, right. Well, I know my brother has a woodworking business, and now he has had a website created for him for the computer. But then I mentioned to him that he has to make sure that it's formatted for the iPhones and stuff like that too, because if you format something for the computer, it doesn't look the same.
It doesn't. Right, and they have a way of doing that. We have a programmer that does ours the same way, and so it appears one way on your cell phone, so it compresses it, and of course you can enlarge it and scroll it and everything, and differently on the iPad, and differently on the computer, and variable bit rates.
Do you know how we do it? We do it the cheap way.
Yes,
we just trial and error. We say, how does it look on the Kindle? Oh, it's too big. Or, the font isn't compatible.
Yeah, right.
So then we change the font, and then we just keep doing it until we get it. And now it looks good.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that works out well.
A phone call, Jim. By the way, the phone lines are open if you want to call 622-9622. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Mr. George. All this technology is overwhelming as far as I'm concerned, but I would like to remind people that government has found ways of taxing or increasing the taxes on all this technology that we use. I have a monitoring system, and now I'm paying taxes to the government so that I can have this monitoring system professionally monitored. It just never ends how far the elected, unproductive people stick their hands in your pockets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, you guys have a good day. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny. Appreciate that. You have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
I just wanted to find out. Well, actually, I have a neighbor, and her trailer went up to smoke, and I'm picking back off my my other neighbor there on the internet, but I had to go over there to use it. And I just want to find out, is it possible for any way to get a stronger signal or like a router to hook up or link up, whatever, to be in my home?
Yes, you can buy a Wi-Fi extender. They're somewhat inexpensive, maybe around $20. And you find a location where you receive it well, and that's where you install it, and then it will repeat it and send it on further. So it's called a Wi-Fi extender.
There you go. That's a good answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you.
Have a nice 2015.
Thank you. You too.
So the question I have regarding his question, so who should pay for that? Should it be the guy receiving the
Yes.
signal or the guy paying for the first signal?
That's right, because he's receiving, he says he's receiving the signal and piggybacking off of the other guy that's actually paying for
Right.
it.
In other words, if you can right click on the wireless icon and you see the network, but it only has like one bar or even less, it's coming and going, then you can put an extender on your house, let's say, and send it. Yes.
But he needs to pay for it.
He
the
needs
guy
to
that's
pay for it,
receiving
yes.
it.
Well, though it's
needs
not
to
that
pay
I'm
for
not
it.
opposed to you
Yeah.
buying extenders. I've done that in the past. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Yes, good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year.
So Happy New Year.
Shopping for a TV, let's say you're not in a big hurry. In your opinion, would there be a better time to buy than not, like a certain time of the month or a month or a certain time of the
5
week
o'clock, I
or
think.
beginning of the year or end of the year? What was your opinion on that?
Well, are you looking for something new, or are you just looking for a TV to watch TV?
Well, I'm looking to buy. I want to buy a larger screen.
Okay, so your only real criteria.
Now is adequate in that, but I'd like to go from a 40 up to about a 55, maybe 60.
Sure, but is your criteria just good TV, or is your criteria smart TV that you can use it for Netflix and you can surf the internet with it?
No, just television. None of that smart stuff. I don't understand any of that.
Well, then the other criteria would be: does it have to be new, or can it be used? Because a lot of pawn shops, especially this time of year, probably have a lot of great TVs.
I don't think I'd ever buy a used TV. It's that to me doesn't make any sense.
All right. Well, then there's no real good time except when they have those cyber sales and Black Fridays. Those are the good times. I mean, I bought mine on the Black Friday last year, year before last, and to date we have never yet seen one that cheap yet. We lucked out. We did. We lucked out.
Yeah, one of the new models, like on cars, when the new models come out, and it's always they can always buy like a 2014 car, get a good price on it. Like one of the TVs, usually the newer models come out like about halfway through the year or at the end of the year.
Now they come out all the time. In other words, if Samsung would bring one out in January, then LG will put theirs out in February. In other words, everybody's trying to updo the other person, so there are new models coming out literally every month. The problem is if you find an old model you like, which was a new model today, it could be no longer made. In other words, if you saw it in the store and it was and you say, "Oh, the new ones are coming out, so they'll reduce the price on this." Actually, they just won't carry it anymore. When that model line is sold, it's gone.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have to, should we say by law, advertise it as a year-old TV if it's now 15 and it's a 2014 model?
No.
Or can he sell you a 14 and say it's 15?
They can sell you whatever they want, but no, there's no law that says that they have to tell you what year it was made.
Is there any way of looking anywhere on the TV to find out when it was made?
Sure, there's a model number on it. All you have to do is go online and it'll tell you when it was made.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Interesting. All right, we need to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some dense fog around the area this morning, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun today with a warm afternoon high of 76 to 80. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine and warm, the high 80 to 84. Sunday, clouds and some sunshine and warm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Do you need a quick energy boost? Massage your ears. It can reduce fatigue for 81% of women. Just because you're out of work doesn't mean you shouldn't have business cards. Don't make that mistake. What should you put on it if you're unemployed? Use your last job title. As smart as they are, lefties are more likely to have minor accidents since things like knives, tools, and machines are typically designed for righties.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is here. He is our Professor Gadget. Professor Gadget.
Yep.
See, that'd be a good theme song for you.
It would be.
So if you have a question for Professor Gadget. See, when we go syndicated, that'd be a cool name for you.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's for syndicated? I mean, it's a cool name locally, but I mean,
Right.
the whole country would know you as Professor Gadget. Mm-hmm. Other stations would have you on their billboards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they would. That would be cool.
Because other stations buy billboards. I mean, we have them, but we don't put faces on them.
Yes.
We just talk about us,
That's
the
right.
station.
That's right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Jim George, Larry, and Robin.
Hey, Lenny.
Hey.
Good.
I noticed, like with my computer and everything, there's technology for people that are blind or visually impaired. With the iPhones or any phone systems, I notice it's pretty difficult, for us to use those things. How far advanced is the technology for visually impaired or blind people when it comes to iPhones and those types of devices? I'll hang up and listen to you.
That's a great question. Yeah.
Well, it's really not so much the device as it is the software. So they have software right now, like my daughter on her cell phone, all of her emails and all of her texts are read to her. So you download this free app, and when you get a text or you get an email, it will read it to you verbally.
Oh, nice.
Out loud. So she's in her car and she's driving and she gets this doo-doo-doo, whatever kind of tone you get.
Yeah.
And then when she comes to a stoplight or someplace where she doesn't have to divert her eyes, she'll push a button and it will read it to her.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have the audio books now. I guess you know that,
Yeah.
Tons of audio books. Oh my goodness.
And audiobooks have been around since the cassette days.
Right.
But you know what's different now? That the complete book. Back in cassette days, you were limited to the what's it called?
Abbreviated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Abridged, whatever I call it.
Abridged,
Yeah. Yeah. And so now you can have the whole thing. But you know what? And I know you know this. And in fact, that's kind of what you're saying. The Kindle.
Yes.
If I get a book that's not an audiobook on my Kindle, there's a little thing on there where I can have the voice of the Kindle talk to me.
Exactly.
And she's got a nice voice,
That's
too.
the software. Yeah. That's the software.
But she doesn't know how to say the word wow.
Right.
Because she says it's W-O-W. That's what she says every time the word wow is in something.
Oh, because it's like it has an exclamation mark and it's all uppercase.
Right.
Letters probably.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So she walked into the room and she said W-O-W.
That could get to you after a while. Yeah.
There are these external devices like baby monitors now that people will put in their homes and they can watch the baby while the baby is being babysat for.
Right.
And do you have something on your cable system that you can interlink that with the television set? And then is it safe? I mean, can anybody hack in there and see what your baby's doing?
Yes. The answer is yes, that they can hack in. That's what they have passwords for. But, some sophisticated people, can hack almost anything. But the baby monitor is wireless. And if you have a smart TV, as I was talking to the other caller, it will transmit to your TV. So all you do is change inputs.
Oh.
So if during a commercial, if you did not want to watch the commercial, you change the input to your TV and you're watching the baby monitor.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Why don't you just hold your baby?
Yeah, exactly.
Go get your baby.
Yeah. But if the baby's sleeping, all you want to do is make sure that, it hasn't, yeah.
Bring him in the room.
Yep.
I'd rather walk over
have
there.
Have a little crib in the room with you.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's scary, knowing that people can even hack in to something that you think is safe and secure.
Anything wireless can be hacked into. Simple as that.
Have you ever tried to hack into something? I mean, I wouldn't even know how to start.
I don't even know how to start. But I have, employees that
can do it
within minutes can break my like if I forget the passcode to something. Maybe it's to LinkedIn or my passcode to some society that I belong to. They'll go, oh, let me try. Okay, there it is. You're in.
My gosh!
In the world,
yeah, really.
Wow, I have to write my stuff down.
They have
on
these,
paper.
they have these programs that they run, and it just interrogates the other end and says, does it start with a P? No. Oh, it start with a Q? No. And it starts with an A. Okay, A. Okay.
Wow.
And it just, but it does it instantly. Thousands.
The next week we have a guy from IBM coming on. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say, because he says he has an operating system, or they have an operating system that will no longer be, you don't have to worry about viruses or hacking or anything. I have a hard time believing that, because they said the Titanic would never sink.
Right.
That's what I think. Same kind of thinking.
Yeah. I mean, Sony is, if you can hack into Sony pictures, and it's the same Sony that makes computers and Sony this and Sony that.
Right.
No, they can get past firewalls. Firewalls are keeps the honest person honest.
The debate that we were reading regarding that story is that companies now worried about, because if a cyber thief steals your information, let's say you're a hospital and you have all of the medical information, and a cyber thief takes it all out of your computers and then threatens to never bring it back unless you pay a ransom. Mm-hmm. Okay? So it hijacks your stuff. So the debate was, because once that information is gone, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So the debate was whether these organizations should hire criminals, literally, who know how to hack.
Right.
Isn't that weird? It's like It Takes a Thief. Remember that show?
Yep, does take a thief.
Mm-hmm.
They know what to do with the information. How to embody it. In other words, how to encapsulate it in such a way that they can keep it safe while they have it and send it back. Whereas me, it would come into my computer. I mean, it would destroy my computer. I mean, let's be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now these guys, that's all they do all day long, and that's why there was a book written called Up All Night, and it's about the hackers.
Oh, really?
And how they stay up all night just trying to see if they can hack into General Motors, see if they can hack into whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do, they post it. Hey, I hacked in, and here's how you get in. And then the next person gets to that, and he uses that information to hack into somebody else, and nothing's safe.
When you put in your cable system and then you have all of these programs from overseas and different companies that the consumer will purchase so they can watch it, how do you guarantee there's no virus in there while they're watching that so that virus doesn't infect their TV or their computer?
Well, there's really no way of guaranteeing that except that it's coming straight from the satellite. So WOCA is beaming their signal, let's say, to the satellite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's a secure network.
Oh.
All right, because it's going, okay, I'm receiving it from the satellite with this huge dish, so that's a secure network. It's coming straight up and straight down. Now, once I get it, I put it on, I turn it into an internet type IP format. Mm-hmm. But you're right. After that, it's secure to that point. Now I put it over the internet. Mm-hmm. If someone could receive that and break that code, but it's a 256-bit encryption rate, which is like military grade, then they would have to put a virus inside that and then re-encapsulate it and then resend it on.
Oh.
And that would take a person definitely up all night. What I mean by that, they would just have to be malicious, and it would be one channel at a time or whatever. So. There are some sites, if you go to them even by mistake, you'll get this pop-up that says, your computer is now locked, FBI warning, 13 or whatever the number is, and it goes on and on and on. And what they're doing is they're threatening you to pay $49 to release. And you go down to Walmart or Walgreens, you get this little $49 card.
Yeah.
You call them, you type in the number on the back, and they release it. Well, that's nothing but a simple spyware. And you can eliminate that just by going to Spybot or some other malware site that's a free download, downloading the free download, and it takes that off.
But you have to get it before they lock up your computer.
No, you can do it after.
I couldn't. I had one lock up my computer, and
I know. I learned how. My IT guy came in and said, all you got to do is go click. You got to be kidding me. I couldn't use this thing all weekend.
Oh, you had it happen to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And yours was $49?
Yeah, well, it was $49. Keep in mind that
you didn't pay it, right?
That they take a simple word like White House. So if you want to go see the White House, it's whitehouse.gov.
Have you ever gone to whitehouse.com, by the way?
I did. And I may go there again. No,
that might be why your computer got locked up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. For those who don't go there if you.
No. Don't go to whitehouse.com.
.gov is different.
.gov is different. And they even have one for FCC.com.
No way.
You type in the wrong thing and you're dead.
Yeah.
Or you're treated. Jim, we have a phone call. We have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, it's Sonny again. You were talking about this malware and everything else. I had a problem with my computer, and I wound up going to the people that sold me the computer. It's a pretty big outfit. And I told them what was going on, and we did this, they came on the computer, went through it, and they used a malware program.
Yes.
And they downloaded it, and they said you can use this if it happens again. But anyway, I kept, I don't know how I managed to do it, but I managed to hang on to it. And my computer started acting squirrely, so I ran this program, and then they picked up, a couple of hundred different things that didn't belong to items, or whatever they call it. And my point being is, I went through the whole thing, and now this time, if you want the bigger and better system, they want another $49.99 or whatever, another fee to subscribe to and send them.
Yeah. Well, Sonny, the answer there is that delete that from your computer, that old one. Just delete it. But remember what it was, like Mailware.com. Remember what the program was called. Then go online, find the latest version, and download it, and it's free.
Oh.
Don't
Nice.
update.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Sonny. We have to run. We are up against the clock. Jim, what's your phone number?
854-9795.
All right. Call us if you need Jim's number repeated or his other information. Thank you, Jim. That's fun.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some dense fog around the area this morning, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun today with a warm afternoon high of 76 to 80. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine and warm, the high 80 to 84. Sunday, clouds and some sunshine and warm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Come be swept away with medieval magic by volunteering at the 29th Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair on January 24th and 25th and January 30th through February 1st at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. Volunteers will take tickets, oversee exhibits, or provide breaks for the artists. Become a part of Gainesville's rich tradition of community service. Volunteers will receive a one-day pass. Applications can be downloaded at gvlculturalaffairs.org or call the City of Gainesville at 352-393-8536. We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
Garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA, news, talk, sports, and more.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
All All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for staying tuned to WOCA. Jim George is going to stick around with us. We got a fun topic right now: dumb criminals of 2014. So this is going to be fun. Well, thank you for sticking around. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You ready?
I just
Do you
didn't
like dumb criminal stories?
I just didn't leave quick enough.
See, I mean, you talk about cyber criminals all the time, right? So dumb criminals.
Right.
In August of 1995, this is in Germany, Klaus Schmidt tried to rob a bank in Berlin. He walked in with a pistol and he demanded money. As the robbery progressed, the bank employees noticed that the criminal was acting rather strange. At one point, one of them asked the robber if he needed a bag. So he said, "Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's a real gun," or something like that. This made them realize that that he had a noticeable handicap. He was deaf. The tellers realized that the bank robber was deaf, so they set off the alarm. He couldn't hear it. I see what happened. They asked him if he needed a bag, and he said, "You're darn right, it's a real gun." So he was pretending that he heard them. Okay. Yeah. So they realized he was deaf. They set off the alarm. He had no idea that there was an alarm going off, and well, you know the rest of the story. The police came.
I like the one where the guy wanted to hold up the bank. You probably have it in your list. And the lady said, "I need your ID." And he turned over his ID, and she wrote everything down. She said, "Okay." Then she emptied her cash drawer.
That is funny. That is funny. All right, here's a good one. This is in 2011, Derbyshire, which I don't know where that is. Anyway, Derbyshire police offered criminals free beer.
Nice.
The Derbyshire police sent out notices through undercover officers informing the suspects that they had won a free crate of beer each. A free crate. To collect, they needed to contact the company that ran the promotion. Many were tempted by the prospect. 19 fugitives called the assigned number, setting up a time and a place to collect their winnings, and they're all...
That's the rest of the story.
They had no beer. They had no beer.
False.
Right, this is similar to the one you told. In 2008, 18-year-old Ruben Zarate wanted to rob a muffler shop in Chicago. He entered the store with a gun and demanded money, but there was a problem. Most of the money was in the safe, and only the manager could open it, and the manager wasn't in. So Ruben decided he'd try again later. To save himself some time, though, he said, "Have him call me." And he gave them his cell phone number.
Oh, give me a break.
He said, that way, when the manager gets in here, he can call me.
His time
so
is
he
valuable.
left, waiting for the phone call, and the employees called, of course, the police in Chicago. Police arrived and instructed the employees to call the robber. And Zarate returned to find the officers waiting for him.
Man, that's something. That is definitely dumb criminals.
He had more things to do with his time than wait on the other guy.
The money's in the safe. Only the manager can open it. Well, where is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I'll wait.
Have him call me.
That is unbelievable.
This is a weird one because I'm trying to figure out how this all came to be, but let me tell you what it was. There's one basic rule if you're a crook. Don't leave anything behind that can identify you. Even a hair can be used nowadays, right?
Yes.
Anyway, so here's the story. In Boston, there was a robber who snatched a woman's wallet and left behind his birth certificate. The man stole a wallet containing $40 in cash and the victim's ID. However, during the struggle, he dropped 2 bags that he was carrying. One of the bags had his birth certificate, and the other one had a letter from his mother addressed to him with his address on it. Why was he carrying 2 bags like that?
So you gonna hop a plane later? Get a passport?
I guess so. How much could he possibly get from robbing a little old lady? I mean, give me a break.
That's right.
Dumb criminals.
Dumb criminals.
Here's another one. This is a good one. A fast car or a fast motorcycle. Not a bad idea if you're going to rob a place, right? You got to hop on, get out of there as quick as you can. This guy, let's see, do I have his name? No, 3. Wait. 3 criminals. Okay. This is 3 criminals down in Colombia, South America. Their crime spree started when they abducted Xavi, Xavi, Xavi.
Okay.
Xavi is a 10-year-old donkey. So the 3 criminals stole a donkey.
Okay.
Not a fast getaway.
A 10-year-old donkey. So now they stole the donkey. Now they had plenty of time to look for a car because they had like 12 hours before they actually did another robbery. The 3 criminals robbed a convenience store. They stole food and rum. They loaded all of the stuff they stole onto the donkey and prepared to make their escape. This is like the Three Stooges.
It is like the Three Stooges.
But Xavi, the donkey, didn't cooperate. It was too heavy for Xavi, and Xavi says, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Not only was he slow, he wasn't going. Police were not even aware that a robbery had taken place, but Xavi started making so much noise that he attracted the attention of some nearby officers. The robbers then ran away, leaving Xavi along with all of the stolen goods.
That's pretty sad.
That's a great scene for a movie.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's the Three Stooges.
They're going to be reincarnated now just to have that scene.
Another dumb criminal story. On March 23rd, 2010, Albert Bailey and an unnamed juvenile accomplice decided to rob a bank in Fairfield, Connecticut. To streamline their procedure, Bailey called the bank in advance to let them know that they were coming to rob it.
Oh, have the money ready.
Drive-through robberies.
The intention was to give the bank plenty of time to get the money ready so that the 2 of them could just walk in, take the cash, and leave. Do I need to read the rest? Minutes after the phone call, Bailey sent in his juvenile accomplice along with a note to eliminate any confusion. Meanwhile, a bank employee had the police on the phone and updated them about everything that was happening. The robbers had demanded $100,000, but they settled for $900.
Oh, gee. That won't get them far.
They then walked out of the bank into the arms of police, who arrested them immediately without incident. They were charged with first-degree robbery and threatening in the first degree, and Bailey faced up to 9 years in prison.
The juvenile got a slap on the hand, probably.
Juvenile probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
I'm
Connecticut.
coming to rob you. Be ready.
I was getting cashing a check one day or making a deposit in my own bank, and I asked the teller, I said, how is it that when the criminal comes in here and he has a gun and he wants to hold you up, that you turn over the money because you got this 2-inch thick plexiglass thing in front of you?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way they're going to, hold you up and incriminate you. And she said, we do it because there could be a person in the lobby that they could shoot,
Right.
or an employee that's not behind the glass. So that's why we do it.
That makes sense, yeah. One time there was a robbery downtown at the Wells Fargo that I go to. And I went there like that afternoon, and I asked everybody, gosh, that must have been scary. And you know what they told me? They said they weren't scared at the time. They chased him out. Remember this story?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
The girls chased the guy out. I don't know if he got away with any money or not, but their story actually makes sense. They weren't scared until after it was all over. Then they all started shaking and feeling that fear. But at the moment, they just, get out of here, whatever they said to him.
Yeah.
And these are little women behind, like you say, that big place. I guess there was no customers in the bank, so they just told him to get out of there.
Yeah.
But like you say, had there been customers, he might have been dangerous to the others.
Yeah. Hold them up.
All right, so let me just take the break first, and then we'll continue
You got
after.
it.
Otherwise, we're going to run into the break. All right, we'll take a break, and Jim George is sticking through with us. We are talking about dumb criminals. Maybe you know some stories of your own. I'd love to hear them. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some dense fog around the area this morning, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun today with a warm afternoon high of 76 to 80. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine and warm, the high 80 to 84. Sunday, clouds and some sunshine and warm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
This weather brought to you by Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, FTBOA.
Did you know that thoroughbred horses annually contribute $1 billion to the Sunshine State's economy and employ over 12,000 people, more than even baseball spring training? To learn more about the horse capital of the world or to join the membership of the FTBOA, the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, please check out ftboa.com.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offered at an include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock, we are having a kind of a fun segment right now. We're talking about dumb criminals and some fun stories. Jim George is sticking through this half hour with us. Kind of a fun second day of the year.
Yeah.
By the way, tonight, Robin and I will be downtown on Broadway, almost down to Pine, right in front of the Ocala Art and Frame Shop.
Right, 1 block west of Pine.
Right.
Yeah.
In that area of town.
We don't expect you to stand there and listen to us play accordion and mandolin. However, that's where we'll be. There's a nice restaurant there.
Yep.
What's it called again?
Feta.
I think it's Feta.
Feta. They say it's really good. They got outdoor tables.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our music lends itself well to that environment. Yeah.
Bring your dog.
Yeah. You can bring your dog.
Yeah,
right,
and
right.
sit out there.
I've heard your music should always be played outdoors.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have two types of music. We have like studio music that we do, and by the way, thank you for the nice compliments you gave about the Christmas song.
Thank you.
So that's more of a studio thing.
Yeah.
And then we do the accordion mandolin, which is just us having fun, more or less. Right. It's kind of like Woody Allen. You ever see Woody Allen plays clarinet?
Right.
And so he'll just go out to these clubs and play clarinet, and he doesn't, I guess, care that people know he's Woody Allen.
Steve Martin does banjo.
Does he play out? Does he ever play out?
Yeah, he does.
You know who else does
That's
that?
wonderful.
Is Stephen Stills. From Crosby, Stills, Nash. Yeah, he'll just show up places. And Billy Joel used to do this on Long Island on St. Patrick's Day. Billy Joel is known to go to a local pub up in Oyster Bay, New York, on the North Shore of Long Island, and just play Irish songs. Just, and if anybody recognizes him, he says, "Yeah, that's who I am." But I'm not doing any of that tonight. I'm playing old Irish songs. Yeah. All right. So more dumb criminals. Are you ready?
Ready.
This was a sunny day in March in Omaha, Nebraska. Melissa Peters was getting ready to take her son to school. She was heading for her car when she found a gun pointed at her face. Holding the gun was a 17-year-old named Maganga.
Okay.
Maganga.
That's easy for you to say.
He had very little interest in the mother of her child. Instead, he simply entered the vehicle to steal the vehicle. There was one problem. The car had a manual transmission. Something which Maganga was unfamiliar.
Yes.
He didn't even know cars had manual transmissions.
Gee.
Maganga, trying to figure out how to drive the thing, turned on the lights and the windshield wipers. A neighbor called police while he was messing around trying to figure out how to get the thing rolling. It took about 8 minutes to arrive for the police, and they found an empty car sliding gently into the neighbor's yard, knocking over the fence. He had gotten out of the car. After several minutes of failing to move the car more than a few yards, Maganga had decided to make a run for it. Police officers went after him on foot and had no problem catching up a few blocks away.
I bet not.
I saw a video when I was looking up this subject this morning that I'll describe to you. They were chasing a criminal through a store. I guess it was a large store. And he went right through the plate glass instead of the automatic door. Like here, you couldn't do that, I guess, because it's...
I guess if you have enough, momentum.
He went right through it and fell right to the ground, and it probably knocked him out.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh, my gosh.
Maganga.
I don't think Joe would like us, putting our feet through that glass, just seeing if it worked.
There was a story the other day, not the other day, but that Joe Martone posted, I think it was, of a woman, an older woman, like 92 or something like that, and she had a guy come into her car and try to rob her. It was, I think, and she said to him, just as soon as you kill me, I'll be in heaven and you'll be in hell. And so then she started ministering or preaching to him, the Bible and everything. She said she reads the Bible every day, and so she quoted him all these things that supported her statement. And she said he cried.
Oh,
and then she said, I gave him $10 just to,
Yeah.
Whatever. So he left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hope they get him.
All right, here's another dumb criminal. The perfect target is usually essential. A really perfect house would be full of valuables with no people inside, right? This guy didn't think about that. Then let's see, this criminal named Darren Kimpton of Abington, Northampton, I guess that's in England, went to a house. He had already burgled this house the night before.
Oh.
He had already burgled this house the night before, already broken the night before. The owner had called the police, and officers were on the scene investigating the previous burglary when he broke in again.
He didn't notice.
He broke into the same house while the police were there.
Anybody home?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's got... Well, they had so much stuff, he had to make a second trip,
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he probably said, I should have got that DVD player while I was in there.
That's
right. What was I thinking? Here's the robbery of the Halifax Bank in London. This particular robber probably should have aimed a little lower than such a large establishment. He entered the bank with a gun in one hand and a bag in the other. He demanded the cashier to give him £700,000 in cash. Next, he planned to hand over his bag so the teller could fill it with money. Instead, he got mixed up and gave her the gun.
That's a nervous guy.
Nervous guy.
A brief pause followed. It took the robber a few seconds to realize his mistake. The teller was also confused. The robber tried to grab his gun back, but the bank worker had the presence of mind to back off and point it at him. The robber still managed to make a run for it. He didn't get very far, though. He tried to get away on a bicycle.
Okay.
Give me £700,000. Put it in this right now. Oh, no, not that. This.
Can I have my gun back? I gave you the wrong thing.
All right. The last one I have is the dumb criminal with the bad disguise. This is a 48-year-old man named Dennis Hawkins. Decided to rob a bank and first wear a disguise. This is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His disguise was a woman's blonde wig, a pair of fake breasts, and clown pants. His entire face was revealed by the closed-circuit TV thing. You might guess that Mr. Hawkins wanted to fool people into thinking he was a woman. In that case, he should have considered getting rid of his mustache and goatee.
Yeah.
The second problem was that his disguise was not exactly inconspicuous because right after police released a description to the public, a gas station attendant called to report somebody sporting that unique look whilst trying to steal a car. He kept the disguise on after he left the bank.
A mustache and a goatee.
As if the man were not noticeable enough, when police arrived, they found Hawkins covered in red paint from a dye pack that had exploded from the bank.
You're right.
After the robbery, he tried to mug a woman and get into her car. She ran off, taking the keys with her.
Man, he was bent on doing something bad. He couldn't get it done. He just it wasn't his day.
No, he just had a really bad day.
Just a bad day.
It's a bad day. Oh,
Did he
boy.
not think that people would, think he was odd with a mustache and a goatee?
I'd like to see him in court when he stands before the judge wearing all that stuff. That would have been
Oh, that would have been funny.
When we were at the Cascades, what was that gas station next door to the Cascades that got robbed? What was that?
That's oh gosh.
Chevron? Was it a Chevron station?
Yes.
And there was a news story about it being robbed, and the guy working, it was named Alex?
Alex, yeah.
Had the same name as my
He's a
son.
nice guy.
And so it shows the bank robber the convenience store robber, was he trying to get in? I can't remember.
Yeah, he was trying to get in.
Trying to get in. You could see Alex. Alex was just a little guy holding the door, pulling the door in.
Yeah.
And eventually the door came off of its hinges, and Alex chased him away.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was on the surveillance camera, and they had it posted on the Star Banner site, trying to find out who the robber was, I guess. And so I went next door and I said to Alex, boy, that was something else. Boy, I saw that thing. He says, what thing?
Yeah.
I said, that thing, you chased away the robber. He said, that's not the first time that's happened. So it must happen a lot. See, I would never work in a convenience store.
No.
I wouldn't want my children to work in a convenience store.
Mm-mm. No, but boy, he's very dedicated. That was his store, so he didn't want people taking his stuff, his money, and he worked hard for that. He continues to work hard. He's a nice guy. But some of those criminals are so stupid.
And there was another one on the news, but when I was looking for these stories, the convenience store robber demands money from the clerk, right? The clerk says no, so he tries climbing over the counter to just take it himself. The convenience store guy has a folding chair and smacks him in the head. The guy falls back.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was one guy in Orlando, I think, a couple of years ago, and he wrote his holdup note on the back of one of his deposit slips.
Oh, yeah.
In the same bank, It's like,
bank.
oh my gosh, that is so dumb.
That is so dumb.
A lot of dumb criminal stories. It's a fun topic. Actually, the website was called dumbcriminals.com or something simple like that.
Well, you know how people, how actors always try to get into the, the thing of their role that they're going to play.
Right.
I wonder if some actors will call up a bank and say, I'm playing a bank robber, but I want to experience what it is. Can I use your bank? I've always wondered that. And then, the head guy says, sure, but then he doesn't tell the tellers or anything.
Oh, wow.
By the way, this is
bad.
not a bank robber story, but you just reminded me of something. Dave Schlenker from the Star Banner wrote this in one of his articles, that after John Travolta was getting training to be a line worker for a movie he's doing by going to the Ocala Electric Utilities, right? Some of the other electric utilities companies around the country said, you want to learn how to do this, you got to come to our place. They were all trying to one-up Ocala. They wanted Travolta to come to their place to learn because they could show how it's really done.
Yeah.
Those guys in Ocala don't know how to do this.
Of course not.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
That is funny. See,
Do you have to do that? Do you have to go up onto the lines for the cable?
No, the power company, Ocala Electric Utility, has a special license to get up into the power lines. And it's quite a lengthy process, learning process, with special equipment, special gloves, special everything. Now, they bring it down to me. If I want the fiber brought in, like the WOCA, let's say, they bring it in. They're the only ones
And you
licensed.
literally did that for us, right?
Yeah, they're the only ones licensed to get up there. I mean, you can get a license, but it's so difficult that the power companies are all
Might as well let the people who have the
Let 'em
license
do
do it. Yeah. And the equipment and all the other know-how and all that.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Jim. That was fun.
Right, thank you.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Maybe we'll see you tonight.
You will see us tonight.
Fresh Friday Artwalk?
Yay.
Okay. All right, we'll take a little break. Ocala Magazine Radio is up next.
Yes.
This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. For many Americans, 2015 getting off to a frigid start in places not used to those conditions. West Texas, for instance, hit with freezing rain and ice pellets.
Tomorrow, the storm system moves eastward and really expands. We're going to see some winter weather across portions of the Northeast with not only snow, but also some sleet and freezing rain mixing in with that. We already have winter storm watches that were issued across portions of New England, and then heavy rain across parts of the Midwest down into sections of the Gulf Coast.
Fox meteorologist Maria Molina. Florida gearing up to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples.
Marriages are going to start January 6th, and we know we're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of same-sex couples getting married across the state.
Ida Escamani with Quality Florida. And in California, immigrants there illegally will be able to apply for driver's licenses starting today. Fox News. We report, you decide.
You need a website. Why not do it yourself? You know your business. With Wix.com, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. With Wix.com, you don't need to be a programmer. Just use the intuitive drag-and-drop website builder. There's no limit to how creative you can be. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Create your own stunning website today. Go to Wix.com. It's easy and free.
Does opening a new box of toner feel like a birthday gift just for you? When your portable printer rides shotgun, do you feel like you're king of the road? If so, you might be gear-centric. Someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality printing gear you need. Right now, get a $15 gift card when you buy $75 in HP ink or any HP toner multi-pack. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Gift card good towards next purchase, limit 2. Offer ends 1/3.
Today in Florida Ag News from the Southeast AgNet, well, USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service has extended the public comment period for the Conservation Stewardship Program interim rule to January 20th of 2015. In a news release, NRCS Chief Jason Weller said this extension will provide stakeholders with additional time to comment on the CSP interim rule. At nearly 70 million acres, CSP is the nation's largest conservation program. Input through the public comment process will help NRCS finalize a CSP rule that works for participants and continues to deliver greater conservation benefits for our nation. Official notice of the change can be found in the Federal Register, while electronic comments must be submitted through www.regulations.gov. NRCS administers CSP, which helps participants across Florida improve their conservation performance. So again, to make comments, simply go to www.regulations.gov. Well, in other news, the recent election of agricultural producers to serve on Farm Service Agency county committees was important to all farmers and ranchers, whether you have a large or small operation. FSA Administrator Val Docini says each year every eligible ag producer is encouraged to participate in these elections.
That's right, Randall. You know, the county committees is another unique feature of the Farm Service Agency. I think we're the only federal agency in the government that relies on citizen-elected folks to help guide the policies and programs of our county offices. In this case, it's 7,000 farmer-elected men and women around the